Hello, my little friends. Today we are going to look into a beautiful story, Krishna and the Govardhan Hill. The Vrindavan. A long time ago, there was a beautiful little village called Vrindavan in North India. Herdsmen whose only occupation was to graze goat and cattle lived in this pretty little village. The chief of these herdsmen was Nandagopar. Krishna was the first son of Nandagopar and his wife Jasoda. He grew up in the company of his brother Balaraman, the ever mischievous child. Krishna was a mischievous little child. There was no end to his pranks and strange games. To the north of Vrindavan was a hill called Govardhan. Krishna and the children of the herdsmen used to take their cattle to the hill and let them graze on the rich green grass. The festival of Indra. Every year in the month of November and December, the herdsmen used to hold a festival for Indra. Indra is the king of Devas, including Varnadeva, lord of water, and Vayudeva, the lord of wind. Therefore, this festival was held to worship Indra so that he might bestow plentiful rain for them. That year too, preparations were in full swing to celebrate the festival. The chief of the herdsmen, Nandagopar, was supervising the festival preparation. Indra's arrogance. Indra is the ruler of all the three worlds. This fact made him very proud and he became arrogant. As a result, he ignored the worship of the three Murtis, Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu. Krishna, who was aware of Indra's arrogance, wished to teach him a lesson. He went to his father, who was looking after the festival preparation, and said to him, "Father, let us not hold this festival for Indra." Nandagopar was surprised and asked, "Why do you say that, son?" For which Krishna responded, "Father, the three Murtis are greater than Indra. They are the one who perform the important functions of creation, protection, and destruction. There is no place where they are not present. They are omnipresent. They are here even in this Govardhan hill, looking after us benevolently. Moreover, the Govardhan hill has an important place in the lives of us, the herdsmen. It gives us pure water, gives rich green grass for our cattle and to graze. So, we should hold the festival for this Govardhan hill and perform puja in its name," said Krishna. The festival for Govardhan hill. Can there ever be a refusal to Krishna's utterances, Nandagobar consented. He ordered that preparations should be made to hold pujas and festival for Govardhan hill the next day. All the people got together. They cleaned up the Govardhan hill, planted banana trees, put up steamers made of mango leaves, and created rangolis of many colors and hue. They lit up ghee lamps. Govardhan hill looked heavenly. The next day, the Govardhan festival began. Men, women, and children of Vrindavan put off new clothes and gathered at the foot of the hill. Women cooked pongal, the sweet rice, made of newly harvested rice. They prepared a feast of vegetables and fruits. Men lined up their cattle, bathed and decorated them, applied sandalwood paste on the foreheads of the cattle and performed puja for them. The priest erected yagna sali at the foot of the hill and kindled a fire, pouring ghee and putting scanded items like akil and sandalwood in the fire. They chanted mantras and performed pujas. The sweet rice and the delicacies that were prepared were heaped at the foot of the hill. This food heap looked like another little hill beside the Govardhan hill. Nandagobar called his son Krishna and said to him, "O Krishna, the food has been heaped here as you instructed. Will the god residing in the Govardhan hill accept the food we have offered?" Krishna smiled and replied, "Yes, certainly the god will accept the offering." Saying this, Krishna himself took the form of the god of the Govardhan hill. He appeared as beautiful and tremendously large figure on top of the hill. He consumed the food heap in a second, and he blessed the people assembled there and their cattle, and then vanished. The people who had witnessed the god of Govardhan himself appearing in person and accepting the offering were greatly delighted. Their joy knew no bounds. They celebrated the events, dancing and singing. Then they all feasted together and returned home happily. The Rage of Indra. While the people of Vrindavan were brimming with happiness in Indraloka, Indra was fuming with anger. He was enraged that the herds people had ignored him and performed puja for the hill. He wanted to revenge on the herds people and Krishna, who was guiding them and giving them suggestion. He was blind with fury and forgot that Krishna was the avatar of Lord Vishnu himself. Indra ordered the Varna Deva to form rainy cloud over Vrindavan and caused a heavy downpour of rain and thereby destroyed Vrindavan. Then he called Vayudeva and ordered him to perpetrate severe tornadoes and to cause destruction to the dwelling of the people of Vrindavan. Great storm and heavy downpour. A great storm raged in Vrindavan. The rain poured heavily. The hurricane was severe. The houses were submerged in the flood. Trees and huts came down in the furious wind that kept blowing endlessly. The herdsmen, women, and children ran helter-skelter with no place to give them shelter. Cows and domestic animals wailed pitifully. People wailed and lamented. "Is there no one to save us?" they cried. They all approached Krishna seeking safety and shelter. Krishna consoled them smilingly. "Oh, dear father, mother, and my own herdspeople, none of you need to worry. This is a dangerous game that Indra is playing. But the Govardhan hill, which accepted our offering, will now save us. Come, bring your cow and your domestic animal. We shall all go to the Govardhan hill," he said. The lifting of Govardhan hill. While Krishna led the way, Nandagopa, Jasoda, and the rest of the herds people followed him. Cows, goats, hens, dogs, cats, and other domestic animals followed them too. Krishna, who led the crowd, reached the Govardhan hill. Not even hesitating a second, he lifted the hill in his 2 hands. He lifted the big hill as easily as a child would lift its doll. Krishna, who lifted the hill above his head, let it rest on the tip of the little finger. Then he called out to the people affectionately. The people of Vrindavan sat under the hill along with their domesticated animals. Govardhan Hill turned out to be an umbrella of safety for the thousands of people under it. Outside, the heavy rain continued to lush. The wind roared at it utmost. But the people of Vrindavan were all safely and happily retrenched in the custody of Krishna under the Govardhan hill. The rain continued pouring like this for 7 days, but the people of Vrindavan were not worried. Indra the humble, Indra, who realized he had been defeated, was ashamed. He felt retribution for having forgotten the truth that Krishna is the avatar of Lord Mahavishnu, who is the protector of all world. He stopped the rain and wind and called back the cloud. The rain stopped. The herd people returned home overjoyed with their cows and other domestic animals. Indra came running and fell at the feet of Krishna and asked to be forgiven. "Indra, I am happy you have at last realized the truth. You have to suffer because you forgot the 3 Murtis and became arrogant. At least from now on, shed your arrogance and discharge your duties in a straightforward manner. Never forget the goal. Then you will never have any worries." Krishna thus advised Indra. The herds people happily welcomed Krishna, who came back to Vrindavan. They sang song narrating the greatness of Lord Krishna, danced, sang, and lived happily.